The little louder, sir.
Russia is a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. I think that applies more aptly to China today. China is wrapped in secrecy, in a shroud of secrecy. It is an enigma, and you don't understand what they're going to do next. To understand China requires studying their civilizational history, understanding their culture, language, thinking, and strategic thought. If you insulate or isolate any of these and do not interlink them, you will not be understanding China, and it will be a self-deception. Today's panelists will look at China in three different dimensions. Each speaker is an expert in his field, as has been already brought up. And I will request them each to speak between 12 to 15 minutes. And the collective question and answer at the end of it. I request Chairman to start the session. I will not introduce him, but he will be speaking on the aspects of internal party politics. Why is Chinese party state different from the other countries? How does the Chinese government form and formulate its foreign policy? Who are the stakeholders and what do they want? Essentially, these and the three different dimensions that I will give you are going to be very important in understanding China. Without any further ado, I will request Chairman to start.
Thank you, sir. Let me at the outset express my gratitude to the organizers for inviting me. This is a sort of a new venue for me. It's actually my first time in Chandigarh. Can you believe it? And I think it's particularly apt that we now talk about China. I think it's the right time for me to be in Chandigarh. Maybe 10 years ago, if I come and talk about China, nobody I would have such a big audience. But I'm particularly happy to see a lot of students here, because one objective of my talk here is to ensure, to convince all of the students at least, that China is what you should be focusing on for your careers ahead. So let me get quickly to the first part. What is it about China that makes it so different from other countries? Now, we always talk about democracy, India is a democracy, China is an authoritarian state. But what does that mean exactly? What does it mean for foreign policy? And my point is simple, that China, because it's an authoritarian one-party state, technically China has 8 political parties, but it's only the Communist Party of China that rules. So what that means in practice is the party is always interested or is always conducting domestic politics, foreign policy in such a way that it continues to survive in power. In India, in democracies, we have elections every 5 years or every 4 years, and parties can change. But just because the party changes, the country can't change. The country remains strong. The country remains safe. But in China, the Communist Party fears that if it disappears from the political scene, China itself might disappear, or the China that it wants might disappear. So it's not a normal state. We often use the expression party state, right? So party meaning the Communist Party and state. So you often say party hyphen state. And increasingly over time, what's happening is the party element of the Chinese state is becoming stronger. I already see 4 students walking out, or 5 students. Clearly, future is not for them. Future is for the guy who's sitting here. If you paid attention to the first session, we talked about technology. Why does China adopt technology? It's not for the same reasons that we do. Does China employ ethics in use of weapons in its war? It has a very totally different logic or reasoning compared to democracies. If your only objective is to stay in power, it's a zero-sum game. So for the party, the Communist Party of China, any competing political system, and some of you might be humanities and social sciences students, any competing political system, democracy, which can be an alternative to authoritarian systems, is a challenge to its very existence. So it's important for you to understand that when the Chinese talk about negotiations, or Chinese talk about win-win cooperation, etc., it's not exactly what they mean, because if we also win in the relationship to China, then from their standpoint they have lost. That's what you call a zero-sum game. Now let me quickly, once you have this sort of broad framework in mind, the rest of it sort of falls into place easily. How does China formulate foreign policy? How do we formulate foreign policy? So we have a government, we have a foreign ministry, but where does the direction come from? So if all of you have read the preamble of the Indian Constitution, so broadly you could say the preamble, the Constitution gives us the direction, because that's the basic nature of the Indian Republic, right? We are called the Republic of India. I hope you all remember. We're not just India, we're the Republic of India. So the direction comes from the preamble. You say a democratic, we are a federal republic, then all of those directions come from there. For the Chinese, their national strategy, their documents, their direction of the foreign policy comes from not from the PRC, the People's Republic of China Constitution, but from the party's constitution. So when the direction comes from the party's constitution itself, obviously all foreign policy is meant to support and keep the party surviving. Then I think if those of you who have been reading newspapers saw that last month there was a big congress, so-called party congress in China. That was the 20th party congress of the Communist Party. Every 5 years a party congress happens. And the general secretary and new committee, what we call the Politburo Standing Committee, is chosen. This is like a cabinet in India, but cabinet is only 7 members. These are the 7 most powerful people in China. So at the Congress, a report is read out by the general secretary. When you say Xi Jinping is president of China, actually president of China is the least important position of Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping's most important position is general secretary of the Communist Party of China. The next most important position is chairman of Central Military Commission. Only third does president of the PRC, that is the state, the Chinese state, come into play. Right? This is very important to remember. If he is only president and not general secretary, he doesn't have much power in China. We might think he is important, but inside China itself, they don't call him President Xi, they call him Xi Chu Xi, Chairman Xi, or Xi Chu Xi, General Secretary Xi. So the report, the constitution, party congress report every 5 years, and then the speeches of the 7 members of the Politburo. These are the sources. Now, what is interesting is everybody thinks, I can't understand China, China is a black box. That's not true. All of this information is available online. You guys just go online, search for Xi Jinping speeches, you'll get it easily. It's all available in English, in fact. So, in fact, if you look at our Prime Minister's website, the Prime Minister also puts up his speeches. But often many of the speeches are in Hindi. They are not available in English. So only Indians can read the speeches. But the Chinese make sure everybody can read the speeches. If you know, the United Nations has 6 official languages: English, Russian, Spanish, French, Arabic, Chinese. The Chinese have all the material in all these languages. So everybody is around the world can get and understand what the Chinese perspective is. This is a very important part of Chinese foreign policy. We say that we want to be a great power, we have all these languages that we speak, and yet our communication to the outside world is quite poor. And this is one big advantage that the Chinese have, that they communicate very well, even though they are an authoritarian state. But what are the objectives of the Communist Party? First, like I mentioned, political stability. Communist Party must remain in power. You keep hearing the expression core interests. What are the core interests? Security, sovereignty, and development. Territorial integrity, national reunification. This is something that you keep hearing. You know that you heard of Taiwan, right? The Chinese claim Taiwan is a province of China, but technically Taiwan is an independent country. Number one, they want to be number one in Asia and number one in the world. No other country mentions this so often in its internal documents as China. Even we don't say that we want to be number one in the We are, in the previous sessions, I think we are number third economy, number fourth economy. We want to be, a major power, but nobody ever said we want to be number one. So I mean, those of you students sitting at the background, I mean, maybe in our time we will only be number two, but hopefully in your time we hope to do the work enough to make sure that we are number one. But to sustain number one is your responsibility, all right? And for sustaining number one, you better pay close attention to what this government is saying about China. Then Bajwa asked me to speak about the stakeholders. Who are the different interests that are involved in making Chinese foreign policy? I think some of you might be children of government service, public sector enterprises and so on. Did you know that Chinese public sector units, PSUs, are an important actor in their foreign policy? If you ask, is the State Bank of India an important player in foreign policy in India? The answer is probably no. Why? Why is that the case? Chinese banks are one of the biggest banks in the world. They are the ones that provide money for a lot of infrastructure projects around the world under the Belt and Road Initiative, which my colleague Dr. Sanjeev will be talking about. So, state-owned enterprises, because you need these enterprises to be doing your work for you in promoting your foreign policy interests. The People's Liberation Army, the army. In India, I think this is a common complaint that we will have, that the military does not get enough voice in foreign policy and strategic matters. In China, the PLA is much more important than any other government administration. Why is that? Because the PLA does not belong to the country. The PLA is the army of the Communist Party of China. The Indian Army, the Indian Navy, the Indian Air Force are not the